So in today's class, we are going to discuss one important topic like view assembly and view container. We are going to understand this topic in today's class. So my requirement is to display something like main view plus when user clicks on button 1, I want to display something like when user clicks on button 1, I want to display one main view plus something like view 1. And say for example, if user clicks on button 2, so button 2 should display main view plus view 2. And button 3 should display main view plus view 3. Button 4 should trigger main view plus view 4. So this is my requirement in today's class. So in the above requirement, I can say main view is static. Main view is static view. Remaining views will be loaded dynamically. So this is our requirement. Main view should be static, but remaining views should be loaded dynamically based on actions. So that's the reason why what we try to do is whichever views has to be loaded dynamically, those views you can place it under view container. Whichever views you want to load dynamically, those views must be part of view container. And I can say view container is nothing but it's like subscreen area. In normal ABAP, we use subscreen area concept, but in WebDin Pro, we use view container concept. View container is like subscreen in normal ABAP. And I can say view container is to include view inside another view. So that's the main purpose of view container here. If you want to include view under another view, then we have to make use of view container option. Say for example, there is a main view. In main view, I want to include view 1. Then you can use view container concept. First you have to use view container. Later in view container, you have to place view 1. So one view can be loaded in another view by using this view container option. So what I'll try to do is, in main view, I'll try to create one outbound plug, something like out1, and in view 1, I'll connect with inbound plug, something like in1. That's an inbound plug. Main view is static, so you create all outbound plugs on static view, that is on main view. And in view 2, I want to create inbound plug in2. View 3, I want to create outbound plug out3, but it will be connected to view 3 related inbound plug in3. Similarly, main view, I'll try to create 4th outbound plug, but in view 4, I'll create one inbound plug in 4. So whichever view is static, in that static view, you have to create all outbound plugs. All outbound plugs should be on static view. If you compare with previous scenario, this is slightly different. So on main view, we are going to create all outbound plugs. On every view, we are going to create one individual inbound plug. So, and moreover, all the views should be placed under view container except main view, because views should be loaded dynamically. So view 1, 2, 3 and 4, it should be in view container because it's a subscreen area. So let us understand this particular example. I'm recording this screen. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is, in SEIT, I'm creating one component here, like comp1, and this is our first window. So window 1 is compulsory, and here I want to make one of the view as main view. Main view is also like normal view only, but we are calling that main functionality under main view, but it's like normal view itself. So I'm creating main view. So you can see this, and in this requirement we have to create 4 other views. So let us create these things, like view 1, and similarly let us create view 2, then view 3, and then view 4. So this is a 4th view. So what I want to do is, in every view I just want to provide some content. In the coming examples we are going to use database operations, but as of now at a basic level we'll try to use some basic content like page headers. So in view 1 I'm just trying to insert one title. Title can be inserted by using page header. So I'm trying to use page header here. So page header, I'm just trying to use this for search data. We are going to extend this functionality later, but the name of the page header is something like search data I have provided. In view 2, I want to take separate title. So page header title, I'm providing something like edit data. In view 3, page header, I'm using, say for example, update record. View 4, I'm just including page header again. This is like insert record. So just have provided titles as of now. View 1, search. View 2 is edit. View 3 is like update. View 4 is like insert. Now, according to our example, our outbound plug should be created on main view because it is a static view in this scenario. So let me go to main view here. In main view, you can see some outbound plugs are available. So I am providing something like out 1, out 2, out 3, out 4. So all outbound plugs I have created here because it is going to be static. And in each view, you have to create inbound plug. In 1, 2, 3, and 4. In each view, you have to create. In view 1, I am creating one inbound plug in 1. View 2, inbound plug into. View 3, in 3. View 4, in 4. So separate inbound plugs are created in every view. You can see them. Okay, so we have to maintain navigation links. You have to maintain navigation links between out 1, in 1, out 2, in 2. So you have to maintain all those things. So to do that, as I said in the last class, navigation link is created at window level. You can see that. Okay, so here you can see there is a window, contains a main view. Main view contains all outbound plugs. But the point here is, in main view, I want to use one view container. So you have to go to main view first. Here you can see in main view, let us take contextual panel and along with view container. So let us understand what exactly is contextual panel. So contextual panel is nothing but it's a collection of different sections in view layout. It's a collection of different sections. So section means, now you'll understand when I implement here, you can see when you right click on root, insert element, and you can see there's a contextual panel. It's one of the screen element. So in contextual panel, you can right click, you can insert some sections by selecting like this, contextual area. I want to name it as area 1. Area 1 is nothing but section 1. So you'll get a block. You'll get white box that is nothing but a separate section. Similarly, you can insert element. You can select one more contextual area. This is like area 2. You'll get second box here. That means second section. So that's the reason why I was telling you it's a collection of different sections in view layout. That's the purpose of contextual panel. So I'm taking third one. Something like area 3. And let us take area 4. Because 4 views I want to display, so let us take 4 contextual areas. It's like separate section. At the same time, I want to use view container because right side I'm expecting different views. So you can right click here, insert element, you can select view container. It's also one of the screen element. So you can see this, there's a view container, but I want to place view container right side. Contextual panel, view container, I want to place side by side, so you can select root option with matrix layout. So you'll get arrangement side by side. You can see the difference now. This is your panel, this is your view container. They are available side by side now. This is just a layout adjustment, but if you want to place view container on top, then you can change this property. You can see vertical alignment, you can make it top, so it will reach top position here on your screen. If you make it middle, you'll get exactly at the center of this right side screen. But in our example, I just want to make it top position, so let us use this. And not only this, I want to place some buttons here. So buttons means here, I want to take button text. For every button, there will be button action, and I want to substitute outbound plug. When you substitute outbound plug, then it will trigger corresponding view. So first button, I want to provide it as button text as, say for example, search. But action name, I just want to provide action 1, and I want to substitute out 1. So out 1 internally displays view 1 in the screen. View 2, second option I'm taking, edit. This is like action 2, and I'm selecting out 2. So it is capable of displaying view 2 because we are going to connect with navigation link. Third one, I want to take like update as action 3, out 3. So it is capable of displaying view 3 because we are going to connect with navigation link. 4, insert. This is like action 4, out 4 will be triggered so that it will display view 4 in the output. So this type of arrangement we are going to do to display different views on different actions. Action 1 will display view 1 because we are triggering out 1. And action 2 will display view 2 because we are triggering out 2 plug. Action 3 will display view 3 because we are triggering out 3 plug. So let us do those things now. Here you can see I'm trying to insert 4 buttons. Something like button 1. Let me insert 4 buttons. Button 2. Button 3. Then button 4. Four buttons I've taken, but every button I want to place in separate section. That's our requirement. So you can drag drop button 1 in area 1, button 2, area 2. You can drag drop and you can observe the layout in your output. You can arrange like this. So 4 buttons are available in contextual panel here. And moreover, when I trigger button 1, right side I want to display view 1. Button 2 should display view 2. Button 3 should display view 3 right side. Button 4 should display view 4 right side. So right side content is going to change based on the action. That's the reason why we are taking view container. So in subscreen area, you can display different views by triggering different outbound plugs in different actions. So don't forget that. So let me provide button 1 text. Button 1 text, I'm using search. And let us create one action. Here I am creating one action, that is action 1. You can give any name, but if you want to display view 1, then you have to trigger outbound plug, out 1. Out 1 will help you to display view 1. So I am substituting outbound plug, out 1. So that's a requirement. Similarly, button 2, say for example, edit. I am taking one action, that is action 2. So action 2 has to display view 2. So select out 2 plug here. Outbound plug, out 2. Similarly, this is like update. And I want to use action 3 as action name. And I want to substitute out 3 so that it will display view 3. Similarly, button 4, this is for, say for example, insert. Let us create one action, that is action 4, and to display view 4, we need to select out 4 here. So this is what we have done. 4 different buttons, 4 different actions, and they are triggering different outbound plugs, such that it will display corresponding view. So this type of panel, we call it as contextual panel. And right side is subscreen area. That's nothing but view container. So one last thing that should be maintained, that is nothing but out 1 should be connected to in 1. Out 2 should be connected to in 2. Out 3, in 3, out 4 should be connected to in 4. So these things should be connected by using navigation link. It's a normal concept. You have to maintain navigation link between all these things. So let me go to window now. So window contains one main view contains one subscreen area, that is view container now. So be careful when you are experimenting this example, you have to drag drop all views into view container. I am trying to drag drop inside view container here. So you'll get view 1 in view container. And drag drop view 2 into view container. So you'll get view 2 here. Drag drop view 3. Then view 4. So you got all views in view container. Whichever view has to be loaded dynamically, all those views you place in view container. So I am connecting outbound plug with inbound plug. So you can drag drop here, out 1 to in 1. So it will create a navigation link between outbound plug and inbound plug. So you'll get navigation link here. Similarly, out 2 in 2, you can drag drop. Out 3 in 3. Then out 4 in 4. You'll get navigation links like this. So this is arrangement you need to make. So because of this arrangement, main view is always static. But view 1, 2, 3 and 4, these things can be loaded dynamically. So let us experiment the output now. I'm just activating now. Okay, let me test it now here. I'm creating one application. This is a routine process. So you can see when you run this application, so you can see left side contextual panel is loaded with 4 buttons. Right side default view 1 is loaded. This content is coming from view 1 because of view container. When user clicks on second button, it will display second view. Third button will display third view, and fourth button will display fourth view, and again you can go back to first view. So what I mean to say is, in this example, based on different actions, we are displaying different views because of view container. So this is what I was talking about. Main view plus view 1, main view plus view 2, main view plus view 3, main view plus view 4. So this type of concept we call it as view assembly. So view assembly is nothing but displaying different set of views. I mean to say different combination. View assembly is displaying different combination views at runtime based on action. So that concept we generally call it as view assembly. That's a technical word given to this concept. You can display different combination views when you are using a view assembly concept, and view assembly is possible because of view container. Don't forget this. View assembly can be constructed. View assembly can be constructed using view container. So don't forget this basic point. So whatever the example I have discussed in the last class, that is straightforward. But here there is some slight difference in this example. But ultimately we are using outbound plug, inbound plug, and navigation link. So here you can see first view, second view, third view, then fourth view. So this concept, in this concept, main view is static, but right side view 1 or view 2 or view 3 or view 4 is loaded. So right side content is dynamic here. Hi students, do you have any doubt? Hi students, do you have any doubt?
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello? Yeah, tell me.
Sir, if we handle, if you place multiple elements on a single view, can we adjust element just by dragging and dropping, or we have to done through that properties?
No, we have to use properties.
Okay, we can't handle like that of a smartphone, just clicking and dragging on the individual elements.
You can drag drop, but it will not be located at exact position when you run the output.
Okay, we have to handle everything through the properties.
Through properties itself. There is a concept like group. Properties should be used along with layouts.
Okay.
Group, properties, and layout. These three things comes into picture. When we go for complex screens, then I'll make sure that you are understanding that concept.
Okay.
But did you understand that today's concept? It's very simple. Left hand side is static, right side is dynamic.
Yeah. Sir, but if in the current scenario, if you won't maintain this outbound inbound plugins, can the views individually be displayed?
You mean to say on different actions you want to display individual views?
Now, like without actions, if you just design these many views, these many views on the view container, can we see all at a time?
No,
I'm
only
saying
one
very
view at a
static.
time.
Okay, that's my doubt. Like if, what I was asking is in case if we have multiple views, can we see all the views at a time in the output, or only one based on the action we can handle in general?
Okay, I'm writing on the screen. Just observe this point.
Okay.
So, one view container, we can add multiple views.
Okay.
But when you run the program, view container can display only one view at a time.
Okay, sir. This is fine. What I was asking in general on a view, not container, view controller,
Okay.
we can place multiple views statically, right? But we can all see at a time, right?
You can add it here. You can see when you go to window,
Okay.
you can add
Okay.
a number of things here.
Okay. Okay.
But which outbound plug you are triggering? So based on that, it will display the view.
Okay. Okay. Fine. This is specifically for dynamic case you are saying.
Yes, it's like subscreen area. Subscreen area keeps on changing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine.
What about other students? Any doubts?
Sir, Ranjit here.
Yeah, Ranjit.
Could you just repeat the contextual panel, sir?
Okay. You want me to rearrange all these things again? Contextual panel?
No, just go through this one.
So in contextual panel, what we are trying to do is, we are trying to right click here. And you can insert your contextual areas. Area is equivalent to one separate block, or I can say separate section. So here you can add, say for example, fifth area. And in this fifth area, again you can add some content like button or checkbox, you can add everything.
So static text can be added?
Anything. You can right click here, you can insert element, you can use some text view also. Text view means this is for static text. And you drag drop into area. And here static text means you provide some text here. Say for example, Ranjit. So you'll get that here.
Okay. So like this can double as an input field also. We can give area and put as input, please input here.
Yes, exactly. So in today's example, we are adding just only buttons. But
Okay,
in the coming examples, the same container, same contextual panel can handle different things. You can also display table, you can display group, checkbox, anything.
Okay, sir.
I think I've done this. Here you can see I've just added one static text.
Yes, I am seeing it.
Okay. What about others?
So panel is like something like, sir, have small doubt. This is Sandeep. Panel is something like it's just collection of few elements clubbed together.
Yes, exactly.
Here we can club and display everything statically, whereas in view container only dynamically we can show.
View container, if there is only one view in view container, then it will display that view.
Okay.
If there are multiple
Panel is
views,
like collection of, okay.
if there are multiple views in view container, then you have to trigger the outbound plug.
Okay. In a panel, can we club different kind of elements?
Yes. We can put it in one separate container. There is a separate container, or you can take one group. In that group, you can add all the collection of buttons or collection of tables. That also we can do.
Okay. But just it is adjacent everything in panel.
Yes. It's like left side panel. Left side panel, we call it as contextual panel.
Okay.
In your normal web applications, left side you'll have all the options. Right side, the web pages will be loaded.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that type of scenario we can handle.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Hi students, still you have any doubt? Hello? Are you able to follow me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sunil, are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so in the same example, I'll make you understand some more things. Okay, just observe here. So when you are running the application, right? When you are running the application, it is default view container. First time it is displaying view 1 because view 1 in view container is default. But say for example, I want to display some view 4 as default. Then it's very simple. You can go to your window. There is a view container. You can also make view 4 as default. You can right click here and you can set default. So default, when view container is loaded, then view 4 will be displayed if you use this property. So let me activate and test now. So this is a property we have used. Right click and set as default. So let us observe the output now. There will be some difference in your output. You can see fourth view is loaded now. Are understanding? Here you can, let me make this. Here you can see in page header, for our understanding, I am trying to make it as view 4. I just provided some title for recognizing purpose. So let us observe now. So here you can see default view 4 is loaded because of that property. But at later point of time, user can go to any other view. But when you run the application, initially view 4 will be default. I mean to say you can change this property anytime. You can right click here, you can set default. But only one view can be default in view container. Only one view in view container will be default. Just remember that. This is one thing you need to remember. So I made view 3 default now. Let us understand how exactly it works. So you can see now update record. That means this is coming from view 3 initially. Okay, this is one thing you need to remember. And moreover, say for example, I want to display empty view default. This is important when you apply real-time examples. The main point in our case is I want to display empty view as default. Not view 1, not view 2, not view 3, not view 4, but I want to display empty view. So there is one separate concept here. Empty view is the view that is already by default available. It's a standard view with no content. is nothing but it's a standard view with no content. So I want to display that empty view when application is loaded. So that's the reason why here you can see, you can go to window now, you can right click view container, and there is an option embed view. In that embed view option, I'm trying to do again embed view, you can see there is one option here that is empty view. This is not created by developer, this is created by SAP by default. So I'm selecting that empty view. So here you can see empty view, and moreover empty view I want to make default when you run the application. So you can right click and say default. So initially when output runs, the content will be blank in view container. So let us observe the output now. So observe carefully, there is some difference in your output now. So if you closely observe this output, right side nothing is displayed because empty view is coming into picture. And empty view I made default, so it is displaying the blank area. But when user clicks on button 1, it starts displaying your content. But initially when application is loaded, it is blank. You can see the difference. Hi students, are you able to understand the functionality of empty view?
Yes, sir.
Sir, functionality, sir, but what is the advantage of that?
Advantage is nothing but it's very simple. Initially, I don't want to load anything.
Okay.
I don't want to load anything initially. Then you have to include an empty view in view container.
Okay. Okay, understand. By default, nothing will be displayed, you are saying about the user.
Exactly.
Okay.
What about others? Did you understand the functionality?
So actually, if I want to create a Windows account and I want that view is connected with the Windows account.
Okay.
How is
Second
it?
window. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes. So if I created a Windows account and then
Second
I
window you want to
view-
create, okay?
Yes. And then I want that view will be loaded with the help of Windows account.
Yes, we can load that. Because in window 2, what you can do is you can directly add that empty view or any view. Here, what you can do is you can right click here. You can create some window. Windows I'll discuss later, but for your doubt, let us create window 2. Here you can, in window 2, again you can add whatever you want. Say for example, view 3 or whatever. You can add like this. But when I discuss pop-up windows, I'll try to create multiple views, multiple windows concepts.
Okay.
Is it clear as of now?
Yeah. Yes.
Is it clear as of now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So here, so it's better you go through the theory part, what is contextual panel, what is view container, I gave very clearly here, and just try to execute this example. So in the next class is most important for entire WebGen Pro. So I want to fetch data from I want to fetch data from database to WebInfo application. So this concept is going to play a vital role in total WebInfo. So we are going to understand this particular concept in the next class. So the total WebInfo depends on this concept. If you miss this concept, then I can't give guarantee that you'll understand other examples. So it's better you don't miss this class, because total WebInfo depends on this particular example itself. These are very basic. I insist you people not to miss this class especially.